Trap Media. Like, share, subscribe. Man, so I've been going back and forth with a lot of people on Twitter, and they're trying to make it like I'm a Coach Pop hater, but I'm not. I'm not. I like Coach Pop. I respect the resume. I think Tim Duncan is the second best of all time. Um, I like everything the Spurs stand for, but I also understand that you can't take a teacher from 1980 or 1990 and put them in a classroom today because it's a whole different group of kids. You can't put your hands on these kids. You got to watch yourself getting loud with these kids. It's just a totally different time. So as the times change, you don't update the software necessarily. You kind of update the whole new group of students. So let's get rid of Coach Pop. I just think they would Team USA would be more receptive to a Tyronn Lue because he's younger, he understands them. Even LeBron let Coach Lue holler at him. So he gets it. And people like to say, oh man, what has he done with outside of LeBron? Well, he had a pretty good season this year. Got to the conference finals and did well without Kawhi, constantly making adjustments game to game, switching the rotation. And that's the type of mentality that we're going to need. We need somebody young who can motivate them. Coach Pop can't motivate them screaming at them now. Just like you can't really discipline a kid today screaming, they're gonna look at you like you crazy because their parents don't whoop them and their parents don't scream at them. So you have to speak the language of today to get the most out of the player or the student of today. So it's a no brainer to me. Bring in a Tyron Lue or somebody from that generation, like a just some. I say Lou because Lou's the most proven, but if Chauncey or J Kid, if they can go out and prove it at a high level, then maybe next Olympics we consider them too. But right now, the most proven to me is Tyron Lue. I know Monty Williams made it. I don't think he would be a bad coach. I just think from what I've seen, if you can talk to LeBron and LeBron respect it, I think everybody else out there. So then, if you don't have a leader like we don't have right now, the coach will be that because with Kevin Durant or Lillard or whoever you think should be that leader, what they lack it could be made up because the coach speaks the language of today, so they can bring that out of it. And if it's not on the court, like that Bam KD situation, Tyronn Lue could have squashed that easy. Like it just would have been different. But Pop is especially in the time of today, it's only so much he's gonna say. He's took the stance of the super liberal guy. He's gonna go with whatever is the politically correct thing to say, and he's also not going to try to step outside of that realm in the locker room. Everybody, especially people from his culture, is nervous. So you need somebody from the culture that's going to buck up and that's going to, tell you when you tripping and tell you when you're doing right and then speak to you in a way that's going to get the most out of the player. As far as Kevin Durant, I think it's time for him to step up. You see what Luka's doing. At some point, yes, you want team basketball, but at some point somebody has to be the first option. That also becomes a thing. You see this kind of on 2K sometimes where you'll have a bunch of good players on one team and then it gets a little bit too passy. Like you want to play team ball, but you don't want to be too passy. Somebody has to be I expect Dame. Dame needs to take the back seat and say, okay, I'm going to be the guy that gets everybody set up. Y'all keep moving, keep rotating, get to the corners. I'm gonna hit you. Don't worry about me. I get my points when I get my points. And somebody has to take that role, but somebody also has to take the role of okay, you're gonna be the guy. So I'm looking for that leadership. Either KD, either you're gonna be the guy scoring or you're gonna be the setup guy. Like I'm looking for some leadership from the NBA champion. You might not be a number one or a proven number one because when you first made it to the finals, Westbrook was the leader. You second made it to the finals, Steph was the leader and it ran around him. This is your time to shine in international basketball We see what Luka's doing at a young age at his debut. So we expecting a lot from you, Kevin Durant. We have to deal with Coach Pop. Now, I'm not saying Coach Pop can't win. We still have all the talent in the world, more talent than anybody else. It's just going to take defined roles, and it's going to take compromise, and it's going to take guys willing to take a step back, and then a concrete who's one, who's two, who's three. And everybody's going to have to be okay with it. All that crazy stuff off the court, let that go. It's a bigger picture. We don't want y'all bringing home nothing but a gold medal. Trap Media, like, share, subscribe, drink you some water, get you some exercise. I'm up.